Welcome to Trading Lounge and the US indices. Look at the S&P and the NASDAQ with Elliott Wave and trading levels, and starting with the weekly here on primary wave 4 here. We're looking for 5 waves up to make primary wave 5, and we're looking at that in terms of 1 and 2 here. Nice strong third wave here with 5 waves in it for wave 3, and then we're looking at pretty much an expanded flat correction in terms of an A wave, a B wave and a C wave here. The other pattern this can be would be a running triangle, which is on our website, but let's just stay with our primary count here. So from B down to C here, we're looking for 5 waves within this structure here, and moving into the daily chart to pick those 5 waves up here from wave B here is 1 and 2, and then there's 5 waves in wave 3 here, and then there's wave 4 here. And from wave 4, even though it pulled back up 50 or 60% here, it really only pulled back up to the 4th wave of 1 lesser degree. So there's a small thought in amongst all of that, because I've seen it occur many times before, and it's just worth pointing out. Okay, so from wave 4 down to wave 5, we're looking for 5 waves for that particular structure. So within wave 4 here, and 4-hour chart, we're looking at it like a little bit like this. So we're looking for a move down into the 2500 area through here, and we're looking for those 5 waves. So from 4 we have 1 and 2 in play, and then we're looking for the 3rd wave to be the longest and the strongest, and that should be the case, because we can see it in the fingerprint of the first structure here, where we've got that strong 3rd wave here. So in this case here, from wave 2 here down to wave 3, we're looking for 5 waves. In a bit of a nutshell here, we already have wave 1 and 2 in play here, and we're coming into the 3rd of the 3rd. So we should see this move along quite quickly through here. This will be the trade to take through here. So on the hourly chart here, we've got a few trades already in this from up the top here at near 2800, another one through here, and here and all through here. You may have taken some profit on this level here, and that's okay if you've done that, because we're going to move back in again, and yeah, so from wave 1 here, we need to count this as wave A here, wave B here, and wave C here for wave 2, and it hasn't pulled up to the 50-60% retracement level. There's a possibility it could, but we would have to see, of course, the market sitting on this level here as a tested support to entertain that proposition. So 2650 here, that's the closest, largest number in this little area here, and yeah, so let's just move into this a little bit closer through here. So just before I go though, we were looking at taking this low out here, and it's kind of okay if you've done that, I guess, but the normal thing is that we're looking for, because really this move down through here becomes a reference low here because it's retesting back up here. So normally we would look for that, but we can also move up to the level in here as well. So normally what I like to do, if a market comes down through to here, let's just call it this one here, and if it retests here and then fails, that's fine. Obviously would be short in amongst that little space there. But if it moves too far back up here, then I basically forget about this one, and then I have to wait for the next one here. So I don't really use that. I wait for when this comes down again, it will consolidate and migrate from being support to resistance, and then I take it from this side over here. So I'm kind of keeping this leg separate from this leg here on those entries. I just wanted to clarify that. Moving on a little bit. So from wave 1 here to wave 2 here, we're looking for 5 waves down in wave 3 here, and then we'll see wave 4 come back and wave 5, but we'll get to that as we go. So this little move in through here, I'm kind of expecting another little move down through here. This is all a bit of a guessing game in here at this stage, and then a move back in here in 3 waves. and then down here for 3, 4, and 5 here. So that's kind of what we're looking at. If I go from the hourly chart here into the tick chart, we can get a bit better grip on that here. So just bear with me while I just get a little bit more. So wave 1 low here, and the A wave, the B wave, and the C wave here for wave 2. So from wave 2, we're looking for 5 little waves down here for wave 1 and 2 here. So back to the 2650 area here. So like if this if for some strange reason this all becomes like an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave and comes back up here, because this wave 2 never came back up to its 61.8% retracement level. But I'm kind of okay with that, because we're really in 3 degrees of Elliott structure. So we've got the green wave 3 that we're in, and then we're in this wave 3, and then we're heading into this wave 3 here. So yeah, it's that part in the structure that's very powerful to the downside. So I'm thinking here, in this little structure here on this tick chart, 100 ticks, we've got 1 and 2 here, and I thought I'd look at this as 1 and 2 and 3 here, an A and a B and a C here for 4, and down for 5 here. So I'm thinking that's all the 3rd wave here, with the 4th wave, and then the 5th wave here. So the 5th wave will be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. So down into this area through here, which would also give us another low. I can't bring that across here. I can only bring the text across here, and I can't draw on this side either, but we'd be looking for another little move down, an A and a B and a C wave back up through to here. If I've made a mistake with this, then this market's going to continue to cascade to the downside and not really come back up and test this. But it certainly could. So I guess what I'm saying is, if you're in for the longer haul down to 2500, certainly leave the stops well out of the way from all of this stuff going on. You just want to be adding small positions and building into it, but not getting too top heavy in your trade, because a rally can really put you under a lot of pressure. So you want to give the market, when a trend is starting to the downside, you want to give it that, your stops, you really want to give them they don't want to be hit, so you really got to leave them over that 62% mark, and then move in. So consider buying and moving stops down based on the 61.8% or 62% level as the whole market continues to move down. But if you're looking at contracts with these CFDs or futures contracts, then Ryan Jones has got quite a good money management method for building in and increasing contracts. Okay, so let's move over to the NASDAQ, and it's pretty much the same here. So I'm going to start with wave 4 here, and we're looking down at wave 1 and 2 here, and we're looking down for 1 and 2 within this space here. So this level here is really important, the 6,500. So if you're going to get any new positions in this market, you really want this here as your retested resistance rather than support, because that's where the risk will be. So I'll just go to the hourly chart, and on the hourly chart here, same thing again. We're on the long side up here. We stopped out here eventually. We're on the short side here, we're on the short side here. So we're kind of, it's not, it's okay. We're doing all right with this. So it's the same thing here now as well. So we really want to start building in again here. And within this here, we want to see, obviously it's this move down through here. Maybe the 5 waves are in, or maybe it's got one more little move down here, and then it'll have a little ABC back up here for this 1 in here, and 2 in this little section here, and then down from here. But either way, if this if you get a reference point low under here, which we should do, so market move down, bounce, back through, bounce, and then you can look at adding to another, where are we here? Another position in there. That's if you've got one here. But as soon as that becomes the resistance, then run away. We should get a pretty clear run on the NASDAQ down to the next level. So if I can just point that out, well, we got 6,000 here, but that's a way off yet. So trading levels have got 1, 2, and 3, and then it becomes 5 here. So the market normally moves quite quickly between 5 and 3 in this space here. So once this becomes resistance here, then it'll be down to here. You can get a bounce off the 3 back to 4. That's just normal. Sometimes it can go a bit higher, but around the 4 is normally its sort of settling place before moving down. And we can expect bounces off 1, 2, and 3 here as well. Alrighty, thanks for tuning in. Cheers.